So now we will discuss the half-life of first order reaction. Half-life of first order reaction. So what is the rate constant of first order reaction here? K1 is equal to 2.303 divided by T log to the base 10 of initial concentration R0 divided by final concentration, that is R. So what is the half-life here? It is the time required to convert the concentration of reactant to exactly half of its initial value. Suppose initial concentration is A, the time required to convert A to the A by 2, that is what? Half-life of the reaction. So for first order reaction, here at T is equal to T half, exactly of the half-life, T is equal to T half, what happens here? This final concentration become as what? Exactly half of the initial value, that is R become as R0 by 2 here. So at T is equal to T half, R value will be R0 by 2 here. So if you substitute these two value here, this is K1 is equal to 2.303 divided by T half log to the base 10 of R0 divided by R0 by 2. R0 get cancels, this become as a log 2 value. You take this T half this side, T half is equal to 2.303 divided by K1 into log 2 value. What is log 2 value here? T half is equal to 2.303 divided by K1 into 0.3010. This is the log 2 value. So if you multiply these two, half-life of the first order reaction will be is equal to 0.693 divided by K1 it is. So this is the half-life of the first order reaction. From this equation you can say that half-life of the first order reaction, it is independent of the concentration. It do not involve any concentration term here. So directly we can say that half-life of first order reaction is independent of initial concentration. Suppose if I take a reaction in which initially I will take these 8 moles of reactants are present. For this reaction I will take this T half value. Half-life will be like 4 minutes. Okay. So to convert exactly half of its initial value means 8 moles of reactant become as what? 4 moles in the 4 minute time, it is in the 4 minute. Okay. Next if I take this one as the reactant, to convert 4 mole into 2 mole, how much time is required? Again it takes 4 minutes only, because half-life of the first order reaction is independent of the initial concentration. Half-life is fixed. Okay, whatever the change in the concentration, 8 mole become as 4 mole, again 4 minutes. 4 mole to 2 mole, again 4 minutes. Suppose if you convert 2 mole is getting converted to 1 mole, again it will take what? 4 minute time only. But in case of zero order reaction, what you are doing here? If 8 mole is getting converted to 4 mole, if it is taking 4 minutes, from 4 mole to 2 mole it is taking 2 minutes in case of zero order reaction. But in case of first order reaction, it is independent of the initial concentration. So every time a half-life will be same here. From here to here, how much time will be taken here? That will be nothing but 8 mole will be getting converted to 1 mole, that is 3 times of half-life, nothing but here it takes 12 minutes of time here. So suppose initially if I take 1 mole is getting converted to half mole in 1 half-life. Again half of this one is what? 1 by 4 it is. Again it takes same half-life. Again it will be converted to what? 1 by 8 here. Again it takes what? The same half-life. Here also 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Same thing. For example, if I take, so it will be converted to 1 by 16. So this is what here again half-life. So I will write it as 1 by 2. This is 1 by 2 square, and this is 1 by 2 cube I will write, and this is 1 by 2 power 4 I will write. So what is the amount of reactant that is left after n times of half-life? That is amount of reactant remaining after n T halves, that is after n half lives, what is the amount of reactant remaining? That will be is equal to, initially is what, 1 minus, that is 1 by 2 square, 2 cube, 2 raised to 4, like that. It is 1 by 2 power n, it is, that is 1 divided by 2 power n. So the amount of reactant remaining after n T halves is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to n, where n is what, number of half lives. N is equal to number of half life it is. So how much amount of reactant is consumed here? Consumed amount will be is equal to 1 by 2 raised to n. This much is consumed and this is what remaining. Suppose if you take initial value, initial concentration is A, then what happens here? A minus A by 2 raised to n. What is consumed here? A by 2 raised to n. That we will write in the next slide. So for a reactant remaining after n T halves, if initial concentration is taken as A, in case of first order, if initial concentration of reactant is equal to A, then amount of reactant left after n T halves, amount of reactant remaining after n T halves will be equal to A minus A by 2 raised to n. Here n value is equal to what? Number of T half, it is number of half lives. Okay, how much amount is consumed here? Amount of consumed reactant consumed is equal to simply A by 2 raised to n. So what is the total time taken for this change? Total time will be is equal to n into T half. So this is the total time taken for this change. For radioactive decay also same thing, and another formula is there to calculate amount of reactant remaining after n T halves. That is another formula you can take here, that is concentration after some time t, this is equal to initial concentration into 1 by 2 power n. So this is also the formula to calculate amount of reactant remaining after n T halves, where n is what, number of T halves, this is the amount of reactant remaining after some time, this is the initial concentration. Okay, so for radioactive decay also same thing it will follow. For radioactive decay, because radioactive decay also follows first order, radioactive decay, the formula will be same, that is n is equal to n naught into 1 by 2 raised to n. This is the amount of reactant left after some time, this is initial amount, and this is 1 by 2 raised to n. N is what, number of half lives here. Now again here also the total time taken is equal to n into T half. So these are the important formulas to calculate amount of reactant remaining after n T halves in case of first order reaction. This is for what, first order reaction. You can use this one or this also you can use. For radioactive decay the same thing, just R will be replaced with n, this is n naught and 1 by 2 raised to n here. So now we will write some important tricks to solve the problems on first order reaction, and these are very helpful. For first order reaction n is equal to 1. So the first trick will be time required for the 75% of first order reaction will be is equal to 2 into T half. Next one, time required for the 87.5% of first order reaction will be is equal to 3 into T half it is. Next one, time required for the 93.5% completion of first order reaction will be is equal to 4 into T half. Similarly, a time required for the 90% completion of first order reaction is equal to 10 by 3 into T half. time required for the 99% of first order reaction will be is equal to 20 by 3 into T half. Time required for the 99.9% of first order reaction will be 30 by 3 into T half it is. Again, time required for the 99.99% of first order reaction is equal to 40 by 3 into T half. These are the direct results. You can use them if you want to calculate the time required for the 90% completion of first order reaction, that is directly equal to what? 10 by 3 into T half. Like this, these are the direct result. You can use them. Similarly, here time required for the 99% completion of first order reaction is equal to 2 into time required for 90% completion. Next, similarly, time required for 99.9% of first order reaction is equal to 3 into T90. Time required for 99.99% of first order reaction is equal to, that is 4 into T90. So these are the some direct results. You can use them to solve the problems in the competitive exams. Next one.